How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Crypto Slayer. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel once again. I'm going to be talking about the ISO 222 adoption program, and this is going to change the way you send cross-border payments and reporting instructions. Find out what this means for you. For me, I am personally invested into the ISO 222 tokens, which includes Algorand. It also includes XDC and XRP. So from an investor standpoint, this is going to benefit us because of the price appreciation, as these tokens can be utilized as settlement tokens for the Corda Settler for these transactions to be facilitated in that way, and for them to even take place in 3 to 4 seconds. There has to be a token in the middle that facilitates those settlements, guys, and this is why we're investing into this infrastructure. That's going to be the infrastructure of the new financial system. That's what these blockchain technologies are. They're the rails, they're the system behind how this is going to work. And Swift will enable ISO 222 messages for cross-border payments and cash reporting businesses. It's basically like any business, small, medium, and large, starting from the end of 2022. So keep in mind this date right here that Swift labeled right now is the end of 2022. That's November to December 2022, which extends the originally announced date by 1 year, because keep in mind that this was supposed to be launched already at the end of this year, which is November 2021. So we would be like 2 months away, essentially. And they delayed it. They delayed it for a year because they weren't ready. They still needed to pack their bags at cheaper prices, so they continued to suppress the price of XRP, XDC. They even crashed the crypto and the stock market in March 2020. Yep, that's when the meeting took place, where the Swift board and executive endorsed ambitious plans for Swift to support financial institutions' payments and securities businesses, and make the Swift platform richer, smarter, and faster. So while people were scared that their accounts were losing value so fast in a couple of days, the stock market was tanking, the crypto markets were tanking as well. People were fearful. People were investing into these, vaccine mRNA companies like Pfizer and Moderna and stuff like that. People were more preoccupied with either buying the dip or selling at the bottom. Swift was over here making decisions for your life. They were getting together with their board and their executives, and they were, endorsing these ambitious plans so that Swift can take over the new financial system, and so that they can remain in control and in power. And one of those ways that they can do that is by being at the forefront of this ISO 222 adoption endgame. So this is why Swift had this meeting in March 2020. It all makes sense now. And the ECB's governing council approves a 1-year extension to T2S consolidation project timeline. So this was as a response of the C-19 pandemic and the fact that Swift had a rescheduling of their global migration of cross-border payments to the ISO 222 standard. And that posed supposedly challenges to national financial communities across Europe. So that's why the target services that you see right here got impacted, and they moved their user testing 1 year from November 2020 to November 2021, and they moved the go live date from November 2021 to November 2022. So that's why there was a pushback on that. Like it was postponed by 12 months because of that reason. This just goes into detail about what T2 and T2S consolidation is. So this has to do with the new RTGS system, which is real-time gross settlement, and this is called T2, and it's optimizing liquidity management across all target services. So the new consolidated platform will be launched in November 2022. So keep in mind that date. They mentioned that date here, November 2022, and Swift mentions at the end of 2022 right here, and twice, probably like 3 times on this article, to be honest. And they also mention it here. Oh, and keep in mind that the new RTGS system will offer the market enhanced and modernized services. The messaging standard ISO 222 will be used, which is also the case for T2S and TIPS. The new system will also be able to facilitate payments in several currencies if so decided by the respective central bank. This is probably going to lean into that discussion of, ISO 222 will also be the messaging standard for CBDCs, or central bank digital currencies. SWIFT is obviously connected to R3 as well. Just like almost every bank, they have investments in R3 for a reason. But look, SWIFT gives blockchain platforms access to instant GPI payments following R3 trial. That's why I'm not worried about the SWIFT GPI. It's because they're working with R3, my guy. Like, bro, at the launch of the proof of concept back in January, this is January 2019, I assume, SWIFT explained that the trial would connect the GPI link gateway with R3's Corda platform to monitor payment flows and support application programming interfaces, or APIs, as well as SWIFT and ISO standards. That includes the TC 307, ISO 222, on and on. So, this is a comment on the SWIFT news. This is the managing director at R3. He said, "We're proud to be pioneering this work with SWIFT on the GPI link initiative and R3's Corda Settler." So the Corda Settler is utilizing XRP and XDC as their main settlement tokens. So what's interesting is that this blew my mind when I saw this. The top banks investing in crypto and blockchain companies as of July 2021. This is block data, but it's showing that Standard Chartered is invested in Ripple, Cobalt, Medical, and the rest of these financial institutions and banks, they're all invested into R3. You can go through this list and you can see R3. Some of them have Finality International and Consensus as well. TradeFinex, you got R3. You got Consensus right here, Digital Asset, R3, everything. You get the idea, guys. All these major banks, these are the ones that really matter. They're connected to R3 because they're invested in it directly. And this is a TradeFinex, which is a trade finance platform that's powered by the XDC protocol. And this is what they have to say about interoperability. They said that a network of networks, which is basically what the XinFin network is, does not see competition, only interoperability. So they're going the quant route and seeking interoperability instead of competition. But TradeFinex aims to be a network of networks by connecting several DOT and non-DOT trade finance initiatives, such as Voltron and Swift MT798. TradeFinex, which was created in 2017, consists of a company with an underlying network backed by a community of 11,000 members and over 30 MSMEs. So the governing members can opt for a master node of the XinFin network, which is the underlying blockchain network, or opt for a hybrid council node. Hybrid nodes can combine R3 Corda Enterprise, Hyperledger Besu Enterprise, or Oracle Enterprise node with the XinFin master node. And you got Oracle, which is basically quant, they're connected to Oracle. Hyperledger Besu Enterprise, I think R3 and Quant and Ripple are members of the Hyperledger fabric. You got Consensus as well. And you got R3 Corda Enterprise. So either way, even though the XinFin network is not specifically mentioned as a Hyperledger member, it's still connected to R3. And that enough should make people bullish, in my opinion. And it's also the fact that XDC is an ISO token. That should make you accumulate it or pack your bags as soon as possible if they're not already ready to go on the train, because this is going to take off, guys. It's not coming back. Not financial advice, of course, just my own opinion. But in 2018, the TradeFinex platform was used by Aramco, Air France, KLM Labs for a POC, or proof of concept, of supply chain finance for airline suppliers. In 2019, a USD $10 million undisclosed buyer-led supply chain management program for engine parts was launched. So there's already utility, guys, thanks to the TradeFinex platform. And this is going to bring a lot of value for XinFin. And check this out, guys. And Andre Casterman, who's an advisor of the XDC network and TradeTech, he just helped XinFin join the Global TFD initiative, which is a consortium of trade originators, credit insurers, and institutional funders. And this is what they had to say. This is what he had to say. We welcome XinFin's XDC network to TFD initiative, as this enables us to bridge the USD $19 trillion trade finance asset class. So that's how much this trade finance market is worth, guys. $19 trillion. And look at the price of this token. It is only 17 cents. There has been a slight pullback on the price. We're down 5%, but this is normal. This happens in every market where stuff goes down 5-10%. We were up already a substantial amount in the past week anyway. So we are at all-time highs. So it doesn't really matter that we're down 5%. So this is the advisor of TradeTech and also the XDC Network. It's the ex-Swift head of corporate and trade markets, Andrew Casterman, and he's the one that likely introduced the XinFin Network to this TFD initiative, which is filled with members including HSBC, Standard Bank, Standard Chartered. You got Swiss Re, Texel, TradeTech, Robobank, Santander. You got National Bank of Bahrain, a bunch of different banks like the International Chamber of Commerce. I think this is an institution, but Commonwealth Bank of Australia, Dutch Bank as well. There's so many different banks here, and that's major for XDC. And this is a sort of clout that he has on LinkedIn. This is as a response to Casterman's post about XDC joining the TFD initiative. So it got attention from other executives at other financial institutions and banks, as you guys can see. I'm going through this pretty quickly, but so Trace Original is a company from Sweden, and they work in adding smart contract capabilities to PDF and Word documents. So it's connecting the smart contract infrastructure and capabilities that the XinFin network offers to, Word and PDF documents. And then XinFin, joining the TFD initiative it just got a lot of attention, guys, in the news. Look at the price of XDC. It's 17 cents at a $2 billion market cap. We just reached around 75,000 accounts. So as of August 21st, 2021, we were just 69 accounts over 75K, which means, guys, that this is growing like I expected. On my previous video, I said that we could be getting close to 100,000 accounts by the end of this month, or we might get there, maybe even by the first week of September of 2021. So it's happening very quickly. At 17 cents, there's been a little bit of a pullback, but imagine if that $19 trillion trade finance market was to be completely taken over by the XDC network, and everything, settling with the Corda Settler, that's using the XDC and XRP tokens. Just imagine what price XDC would be at. It looks like it's $1,500 per token, because if you divide 19 trillion, let's get the math correctly, this is 19 billion, so this is 19 trillion divided by, let's just say a 20 billion circulating supply. Let's just say that by 2022 or 2023 there's 20 billion of these tokens circulating. That's pretty realistic. It could be more than what it is right now, which is 12 billion. So let's just say 19 trillion divided by 20 billion tokens that are circulating for XDC. You're gonna get anywhere between $950 to $1,000 per token. So that will give you a rough estimate. Now, if the circulating supply stayed the same for the next 2 to 3 years until 2025 and stuff, then for $19 trillion market cap and a 12 to 13 billion circulating supply, you would see a $1,500 token for XDC. So this is the kind of returns that we could expect, or ROI, for the future, if this does take over the trade finance market, which is $19 trillion. Hope you all enjoyed this video. This is not financial advice, because I am not a financial advisor, so please do your own due diligence and research before you invest into anything. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at CryptoSlayer. If you really do support me, this is how you'll show your support, is by helping me get to 400 followers by the end of next week, because we're in basically Saturday, Sunday, so by Friday of next week I want to have 400 followers. I almost said subscribers for some reason, but yeah, you guys know what to do. You guys are so amazing. Anything that I say or ask you guys to do, you guys literally do it. You guys are crazy. I know I don't ask for money, or I don't show Patreons or anything anymore. Like, I don't do that. But this is the only thing I ask for, is that you guys just follow me, subscribe to my channel, support me. It'll mean the world to me. I love you guys. I really do. I know it's starting to sound a little corny because I've been saying it a lot, but I really appreciate your support. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.